Are you ready to learn the secret to mastering your emotions and achieving inner peace? In today's video, we delve into the powerful philosophy of Stoicism and why it's crucial to never expose yourself emotionally. Lesson 1. Don't let anyone have your private information. Stoicism puts a lot of weight on keeping yourself safe from harm and distractions that aren't required. One of the most useful uses of this is the concept of discretion, which means not giving out your personal information to anyone. Stoics believe that people should stay in charge of their own lives and situations, and this lesson really hits home with them. A Stoic would say that the most important things are your inner peace and your ability to not be affected by what's going on around you. By keeping private information close, you keep outside forces from upsetting your peace. This doesn't mean you have to live alone, but you should be careful about who you trust and what you share. A person can't learn something they think they already know. By keeping your personal information safe, you keep a part of yourself hidden. This gives you a place to learn, grow, and stay strong in the face of life's unpredictable events. Remember that caution is not about being suspicious or mistrustful. It's about staying in charge of your own story and making sure that your path is set by your own choices and not by other people's interference or suggestions. By doing this, you're following the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with nature, which means being wise, brave, fair, and temperate in your relationships with others. By being self-restrained in this way, you follow the Stoic concept of not letting outside factors affect how you feel inside. You keep your mind, heart, and spirit from going through needless stress, which leads to a life with more peace, clarity, and purpose. Lesson 2. Don't want too many things. Stoicism says that real happiness and contentment come from inside, not from things or wants that are outside. One of the main ideas of Stoicism is to focus on what really counts and lessen your wants. If you want too many things, your mind might become antsy and unhappy. The Stoics said that the more we want something, the more likely it is that we will be let down and frustrated. When we are always looking for approval from other people or things, we become slaves to our wants and lose sight of our inner peace. Stoicism tells us to tell the difference between what we need and what we want. Basic needs, like food, a place to live, and clothes, are important for survival. Wants, on the other hand, are often unnecessary and caused by peer pressure or short-lived feelings. Wants can keep people in a cycle of never-ending unhappiness where no amount of things or accomplishments is ever enough. Having few wants is what makes someone wealthy, not having a lot of things. We can escape the control of materialism and find happiness in the simple things in life if we cut down on our wants. This doesn't mean giving up all pleasures or living a simple life. Instead, it means being thankful for what we already have and being satisfied with what we have. Really think about what you want and whether it is really important for your health. Think about how much work, time, and energy it takes to get and keep these wants. Most of the time, going after these wants will make your life more stressful than helpful. Relationships, personal growth, wisdom, and virtue are some of the intangible ideals that will bring you lasting happiness. These are the real sources of happiness that can't be taken away by outside events. You can develop an attitude of abundance and gratitude by making sure your wants are in line with these values. Finding happiness in life is pretty easy. All you need is to change the way you think. By looking at things this way, you change your attention from getting things from other people to being happy with what you have inside, and you find peace in the present moment. Cutting down on what you want is a strong way to protect yourself from stress and disappointment that you don't need. It fits with the Stoic idea that the only way to be truly happy is to live a good and wise life. By practicing gratitude and living a simple life, you build a base of inner peace that is unaffected by the ups and downs of life. Lesson 3. Learn to keep your cool. Self-control is an important part of the Stoic way of thinking. The Stoics thought that real freedom and power come from being in charge of your own ideas, feelings, and actions of yourself. The lesson, work on controlling yourself, tells you to build up this inner strength so that you are not quickly swayed by outside events or your own desires. An important part of Stoicism is the idea of temperance, which means self-control. Living in harmony with nature is also linked to this idea. This means that your actions should be based on virtue and reason, not on feelings or wants that aren't logical. You can handle life's problems with calmness and understanding if you learn to control yourself. Mindfulness and thought are two useful ways to improve your self-control. Regular self-examination was something the Stoics did to make sure their actions and thoughts were in line with their values. This helps you figure out the areas where you might be prone to overreacting or acting without thinking, so you can make choices that are more deliberate and well thought out. Controlling your emotions is another important part of self-control. The Stoics taught that we can't always change what happens in the outside world, but we can change how we respond to it. To do this, we have to understand that feelings are normal, but we can't let them control what we do. We should instead try to react with calmness and reason, keeping our inner peace even when things get tough. What counts is not what happens to you, but how you handle it. You take back control of your life and regain your power by focusing on how you react. This doesn't mean hiding your feelings. It means being aware of them and dealing with them in a healthy and helpful way. Start by making small goals that you can reach if you want to learn self-control. In everyday life, show patience, focus, and self-control. Every little thing you do to control yourself, like resisting the urge to do something bad or staying calm when someone upsets you, makes you better at controlling yourself generally. Being self-controlled means taking charge of your own life and recognizing your power. It means not giving in to your urges and making decisions that are in line with your values. By working on self-control, you build a strong and disciplined mind that can handle the challenges of life with honesty and knowledge. Self-control is a journey that never ends and takes constant work and thought. Following this practice over and over again gives you the strength and focus to live a good life full of happiness, as the Stoics say. Lesson 4. Think about the good things about yourself. For personal growth, it's important to see and build on your good traits. The Stoics thought that everyone has their own special strengths and virtues that, when developed, can help them live a full and worthwhile life. If you focus on these traits, you can build self-respect and inner peace, which will make outside criticisms and opinions less important. First, write down your main strengths and virtues. Things like patience, kindness, honesty, bravery, or knowledge could be on this list. Think about how these traits show up in the things you do and the choices you make. Focusing on these traits will help you stay committed to living a good life. It's also important to be thankful for the good things about yourself. Spend some time recognizing your skills and how they make your life and the lives of those around you better. Being thankful makes you happy and gives you the drive to keep working on these good habits. Look for ways to use your skills in different parts of your life. Let your virtues guide your actions in all areas of your life, including your personal relationships, your work, and your participation in the community. Focusing on your good traits is a powerful way to live a good life that is in line with the Stoic philosophy. Being self-aware, being thankful, and always using your skills are all parts of it. Focusing on your morals gives you a sense of inner peace and purpose, which helps you live your life with honesty and confidence. Don't forget that you are always trying to improve yourself. Every step you take to develop your virtues brings you closer to the Stoic goal of a good life. Lesson 5. Take care of your feelings. Stoicism is based on controlling your feelings. The Stoics thought that even though feelings are normal, letting them control our actions can make us act irrationally and cause inner turmoil. The lesson "Manage your emotions well" stresses how important it is to keep your emotions in check if you want to be happy and live a good life. The idea behind Stoicism is that we should try to reach apatheia, which means being free from negative feelings. This doesn't mean avoiding or stifling our feelings. It means getting to know them and controlling them so they don't run our lives. We can handle the problems in life with clarity and calmness if we can find this balance. Mindfulness is an important skill for dealing with your feelings. The The Stoics believe that we should regularly think about ourselves and be mindful to become aware of how our emotions affect us. By watching our emotions without judging them, we can learn more about what makes them happen and how they affect us. This helps us respond carefully instead of impulsively. What counts is not what happens to you, but how you handle it. This shows how the Stoics thought that we can control our responses even if we can't change what's happening around us. Focusing on how we feel inside gives us back our power and helps us stay calm. Cognitive reworking is another important part. The Stoics said that we should think about our thoughts and views to make sure they are in line with virtue and reason. A lot of the time, our mental pain is caused by thinking things that aren't true. We can better control our feelings when we question these thoughts and reframe them in a more sensible and helpful way. If you are angry at someone who has hurt you, for example, don't attack them. Instead, look at the situation from a bigger picture. Think about whether your answer fits with your goals and will lead to a good result. This change in point of view can help calm down bad feelings and encourage a more balanced and good reaction. It's also helpful to practice negative thinking. By picturing problems and failures that might happen, you train your mind to deal with them calmly and toughly. This thought practice makes unexpected events less stressful and helps keep your emotions in check. Gratitude, compassion, and kindness are all good feelings that can help balance out negative ones. Focusing on the good things in your life and the good qualities of other people makes you more upbeat and strong. Managing your emotions well means finding a balance where you recognize them, but don't let them control what you do. Mindfulness, cognitive retraining, and building up good feelings are all parts of it. Mastering this skill will help you live a wise and peaceful life, which is what the Stoics believe in. Remember that controlling your emotions is a long-term process that needs patience and knowledge of yourself. By working on controlling your feelings over and over again, you build inner peace and strength that lets you handle life's problems with grace and honesty. Lesson 6. Try to get along with everyone and everything around you. One of the main ideas of Stoicism is to live in peace with the world. The Stoics thought that the only way to live a happy and peaceful life was to follow the natural order and accept things as they are. Try to live in harmony with the world around you is a lesson that tells us to accept, understand, and feel connected to our surroundings and other people. Stoics believe that living in harmony with nature means understanding that we are a part of something bigger. This all-around view helps us understand how everything is linked and has feelings, so we can go through life with a balanced and kind mind. Acceptance is a very important part of living in peace with the world. The Stoics taught that we can't always change the things that happen in our lives, and that fighting these facts will only make us unhappy and hurt. When we accept the things we can't change, we stop worrying about them and put our attention on the things we can change, like our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Use what you can to the fullest and let the rest happen as it may. This wise advice tells us to live in the present and handle life's problems with calm and kindness. Acceptance doesn't mean being passive. It means being involved with reality in a way that is led by virtue and reason. Developing empathy and kindness is also very important. Realizing that everyone is a part of the same natural order makes people feel more connected and able to understand each other. We can help others through their struggles by seeing them as fellow travelers on the trip of life. This makes us feel more connected and gives us a sense of purpose. The Stoics also stressed how important it was to make a good difference in the world. We align our actions with the greater good when we do acts of service and try to make a change. Having a sense of purpose not only helps other people, but it also makes us happier and more fulfilled. Being thankful is another way to get along with everyone else. We can develop an attitude of plenty and happiness by noticing the beauty and abundance around us. Being grateful changes our attention from what we don't have to what we do have, which makes us happy and satisfied. It also helps us connect with nature when we embrace simplicity and minimalism. The Stoics thought it was important to live a simple life without too many wants or ties. This simplicity helps us focus on what really matters: our relationships, our morals, and our personal growth, rather than getting sidetracked by things we don't need or things that don't matter. To live in balance with the world, you need to accept it as it is, care about it, help it, be thankful, and keep things simple. It's about understanding our place in nature and living with knowledge, kindness, and a sense of purpose. When we look at things from this all-around point of view, we find inner peace and strength, which helps us handle life's challenges with grace and honesty. Remember that the path to living in balance with the world is an ongoing one that needs constant thought and practice. To live a more fulfilling, connected, and peaceful life in line with the Stoic ideal, you should always try to make sure that your activities are in line with these principles.